Hey friends, happy Wednesday. I'm popping on unannounced to y'all, but if you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay. Say hello. I just like to know who's watched, actually. Nosy like that. So, I wanted to hop on yesterday, didn't have time. But I wanted to hop on and talk to you guys about World Tour. World Tour is coming up. And I just wanted to talk about World Tour, but then all the other things you can be doing to surround yourself with people in Scentsy, and be able to be inspired. That doesn't necessarily mean that because you're missing out on World Tour, you're missing out on that opportunity, right? Okay. So, going to ask some of my friends to join, because it's funner when there's more people, and my runny nose. And also I have an extra child at my home today, so if it gets a little cray, I apologize, but that is mom life. That is how it goes. So yeah. Hi everyone. So I did want to just touch on the World Tour idea. Hi Mariah. Hi, Teresa. Wanted to touch on World Tour and Scentsy events in general. Hold on. My children calling me. Maybe. Anyways, Scentsy events, but not just Scentsy hosted events, right? How else can we get involved in a Scentsy situation that doesn't have to be something formal like World Tour or Scentsy Family Reunion. However, let me preface this by saying, get your butt to World Tour, get your butt to Scentsy Family Reunion. If nothing else, those are non-negotiables. Those are things that you should be doing and attempting to get yourself to. 100%, there is nothing like a World Tour. There is nothing like an SFR. So that should be your goal, because once you experience it, you'll understand. But it's hard to describe. It really, really is hard to describe, because there are just so many positives. And if you've never been in a space where you've experienced the energy and the friendships and the training opportunities, if you've never been a part of that before in any other aspect of your life, then it's really hard to even grasp that can exist, right? Because I know for some of us here, this connection that we have via the team page, and maybe a little bit of texting or whatever, may be the only form of connection that we feel inside the Scentsy community. And that may totally fill your cup. And if you're good with that, then that's okay. But let me just tell you that there is so much more. And if this gives you good feelings, if being a part of this community on this page gives you good feelings, then, and it inspires you, then Scentsy Family Reunion and World Tour will blow your mind. There is nothing like it. And there is absolutely something for everybody, no matter what your title is, no matter how long you've been with Scentsy. There is something for everybody, okay? But we talk about World Tour and we talk about Scentsy Family Reunion, and we really hype those up, and me and Alex really encourage you guys to go, because we see the benefit, we see the drastic changes that can happen in a business, and don't get me wrong, you guys, sometimes it's a slow change, but sometimes it happens really quickly, and it doesn't matter where you fall on that spectrum, but you will see an evolution in your business if you go and you put your heart out there and you really soak in everything that you learn, and you take all the opportunities that they give you there. You will see a change in your business, and that's a beautiful thing, and it's a great opportunity. However, I do understand and know that not every situation, not every year, not every circumstance or journey gives the same opportunity to be able to attend. So I know Scentsy Family Reunion is a distance for a lot of you, money, whatever the reason is, just know that I hear you. I get it. I understand. Do I think that there could be a change in mindset in how you get yourself there? Absolutely. Because when we want something bad enough, we achieve it. Okay. We see that every day, whether in our business or our regular life. you are able to achieve things that you really set your mind to. But if Scentsy Family Reunion or World Tour really isn't at the top of that list right now, I'm not here to judge you. I'm really not. I'm going to encourage you as another director on this page. Maybe I'm your sponsor, maybe I'm your director, but I will encourage you to do those things. That aside, there are other things that you can be doing that do not require you going to World Tour or Scentsy Family Reunion, where you can get a glimpse. And if it's all that if it's all that you experience, then it will be so powerful for you. But there are other things that you can be doing that totally represents the same feelings that you would get at World Tour and Scentsy Family Reunion, just maybe on a smaller scale, but it doesn't matter. But because what's important is that you're getting it. You're getting that sense of community from somewhere. And so with that being said, if you have a team below you, I don't care if it's one person, I don't care if it's 3 people, I don't care if it's 10 people, there needs to be a sense of community, okay? We talk about team pages and what that dynamic looks like. And I know a lot of you have team pages. I don't know how active some of you are on your team pages, but regardless, if you have a team, you should be engaging them in a way that feels like your own community. Because that's so important, okay? And if it's just a person of 1, then it should be really simple to get a date on the calendar where you guys can get together, have coffee, brainstorm ideas, start talking about plans, start making goals, and communicating with each other. That looks a lot like doing this journey together, because you guys, we are better together, like hands down 100% better together. So, and those people on your team directly underneath you, whether it's your downline or your frontline, are the perfect people to be together with, okay? Because I'm going to assume that your first downline, if you only have one person or maybe a few of them or whatever, like I have a lot of girls that are local. And if you guys are local, you really should be spending time together and diving deep into your goals and your business and your mindsets and spending time together because there is something to be said for being present with somebody, talking about big dreams, talking about what your goals are and what your business looks like and what you can be doing together. And because this Facebook community that we have here is really beautiful. I love this Facebook community. And I love our True Life page. I love my Scented Dreamers page. I love texting with you ladies. I love communicating on any platform. I'm sorry, my nose is very runny today. I love communicating on any platform. But I have seen so much growth and so many relationships change after we've had a local team meeting, right? So after we have gotten together in person, I have seen people blossom into like, hold on, sorry. Ugh. Sorry guys, runny nose problems, nose drama. I've seen them blossom into like, we had conversations in person that just for whatever reason never came up in text message. And it's because when you're with people, all of a sudden what somebody's talking about over here sparks this idea and you're able to brainstorm with them. And it's that attitude of just all of us being better together. But we have to be able to get in that space. We have to be able to put aside any fear, anxiety, worries, or hectic schedules to be able to just say, no, this is a priority for me because I know that this is where we grow. We grow as a team. We grow in our relationships. We grow in our business. When we give ourselves permission to step outside of those uncomfortable situations where maybe we're meeting people for the first time or we're bringing together a diversity of different people. Like, I get all of that. But it's something really amazing. And I love at our team meetings because what's really fun for me, and actually like it's kind of emotional for me a little bit, because what I love at our team meetings, when we have local team meetings, the first time or two that we had it, I was watching people, friends of mine from different areas of my life come together. And people who would have never crossed paths before all of a sudden have become so close, so good friends, because they didn't recognize that the person behind the Facebook profile had so much in common with them. And it's when we get together that we experience that. And so, of course, everybody's not going to be best friends. Not all personalities are going to mesh, and it doesn't have to be. It's not necessarily about that, but just because you're not best friends with somebody, or you don't mesh well, or you wouldn't hang out with them otherwise, doesn't mean that they can't teach you something, or that you don't have something to offer them. And it's really important that we take those opportunities when they come, but that also we create those opportunities, because as leaders, it is our job to create opportunities, not just for our team, not just for us, but for the people around us, for the broader betterment of the world, this company, our business, whatever you see happening. You guys, Alex says it all the time. Scentsy is not just a wax and warmer business. We are in business of personal development. And if you are not exercising skills that sharpen your leadership skills, sharpen your people skills, your communication skills, your ability to do more, then you're missing a mark. And it goes way beyond selling 50 PRV a day or booking a party. All of that is really great for our business. But if you want to better yourself, if your hope is to be able to grow as a person through Scentsy and through allowing these experiences that Scentsy gives us, then you really, really have to evaluate what impact are you making on the people who are directly underneath you. If you have a team, there is no reason why you are not taking initiative to create a team get together, or to create a team page, or to create a team chat, or get on the phone with that person, or reach out to this person. It doesn't matter if they're your frontline. You can still reach out to them. There should be no blurred lines about who can talk to who or anything like that, because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, and we're all working towards a goal. And whether your goal looks the same as mine, or I'm a director and you're an essential consultant, to me, that's just something that we use as an excuse to separate us. But in reality, everybody here has the ability and the opportunity to be a leader. But there are certain things that stay hung up on that tree really high up that people just aren't willing to climb up to, or they're too afraid, or they don't think that they can do it, or they don't think it's their place. But let me be very clear with you. It is your place, and it is your opportunity to make sure that you are continually growing yourself. And then helping the next person behind you, helping that person to understand that what part of being a leader looks like is initiating opportunities to get together. And that makes me so excited because I know there are so many leaders on this page, if not all of you, have the chance to step up and take hold of these opportunities. And so I just want to spout out a few. So team meetings, in-person team meetings. Okay. That is so important. Even if you only have 2 people who are local to you, take that opportunity, get together for coffee.
I'm still hungry.
Okay. I'm doing a training right now. Okay. Let me talk to you in just a few minutes. Okay. You can go get a snack. Okay.
Go. Because I already had Pirate's Booty.
Okay, go get a fruit strip or a fruit snack. Okay, then we can talk about it in a minute, okay? Okay, go downstairs. Getting together in person, so important. Let those relationships form how they will. You guys, out of my office, please. Not right now. Out of my office, please. Letting those relationships form how they will is so important. Forming relationships over text message, chats, all of that can be really great. And I encourage you guys to do that, especially if you don't have local people. That's okay. Do what you can with what you have, okay? And never stop wanting to take the next step, okay? Never stop wanting to desire for more. There is more than a text conversation. There is more than a Facebook group, okay? We were built for more, and this business begs for more, okay? We call this a relationship business, but when we say that, we focus on us with our customers, not us with the team, and or not with us with our Scentsy community. And there is no shortage of markers along my Scentsy journey where I didn't say somebody has helped me get where I am by their idea or by what they've done.
Can we do these outside?
I don't know. We can talk about it as soon as I'm done, okay? Please go out and close my door, okay? Somebody...
Can you talk to me when you're done?
I already said that. Please go.
Is it going to be on time?
No, please go. Close the door.
What is this?
There have been people before me who have paved the way. Not only just paved the way so I could walk along that path, but they've shown me, hey, this is how I did it. It worked really well for me, right? And that's like the beauty of this team page. That's the beauty of our community that we formed here, is that we do that all the time, right? We're always sharing stuff. And what it speaks to is that ability that we are better together, that we are trying to help the next person, right? But just imagine that there's people, that there's teammates, that there's people you have no idea even exist in the Scentsy world who are waiting to give you an idea that you haven't thought of yet, but that has been working for them. And that's the key that unlocks the door that gets you that much closer to your dreams. And if we do not accept that what is keeping us from that is only fear and mindset, then you're missing out. Like, flat out missing out on what life has to offer you, right? Because I can only imagine if you're hiding behind the door of, I'm not good enough, I don't belong there, I can't make this work. If you're hiding behind that in this area of your life, I think that it can only speak to other areas. And that just goes back to the personal development part of this all, okay? And so my big takeaway here for you guys is, if you hear nothing else, all I want you guys to start thinking about, start putting into motion, especially as we get into spring and summer. People are going to want to be going out with friends and hanging out more. And especially as we get into that season, I really, really want you guys to start recognizing that the scope in which we are able to experience Scentsy with other people, life with people, is not this big, okay? We need to open up our horizons, and we need to understand that part of being a leader, part of being a part of a team, part of being a part of this community is saying, what value am I adding? How do I share with people what I'm doing in my business, or what I've learned from this journey, or experienced as I've started working my business or whatever. How can I share that with people? And then what do people have to share with me? Because that is my favorite part about World Tour. That is my favorite part about Scentsy Family Reunion, is what I can share with people, right? That's why I love presenting at World Tour. That's why I love doing the expo last year at Scentsy Family Reunion, because I love that opportunity to say, you know what, this has worked for me in my business, and I cannot wait to share with you, right? I do love to do that. And maybe you don't. Maybe you're like, I'd rather just know all the things. That's okay too. But understand that there will come a time where your testimony about your journey, whether in Scentsy or in life, changes somebody else's life. Your testimony is not for you to keep, okay? 100%. You have to share your testimony. And I believe God puts it on your heart at the right time. So you don't have to know when, but you just have to be open to doing it, okay? But one of my favorite parts about Scentsy Family Reunion is I use Scentsy Family Reunion as my opportunity to kind of soak it all in. I try to give, but I also am there because I want to soak it in. And World Tour is also my space where I get to soak it in, and I get to experience this part of the journey with my girls, my local girls. And so that's like hands down my favorite part, because some of my best memories are taking my girls to World Tour and watching them evaluate and evolve their business after 8 hours, right? And it's crazy how fast it changes, how fast that momentum picks up. And you guys can recreate that, okay? You don't need home office to come here. You don't need a big product display. You don't need an expo. You don't need any of that. You don't need speakers. You don't need a big deal training. All you need is community and a conversation that looks like, hey, this is what I'm doing in my business. What are you doing in yours? Hey, this didn't work for me. What did you do in yours? Hey, this really worked for me. Girl, I think this could work for you. Those conversations and being a part outside of our phones, social media, all those things, being a part of that in person, in real life, living color, changes everything. It changes everything. And it's so powerful that it prompted me to tell you guys about it, quite frankly, because we're on the cusp of World Tour, and I'm so excited because Sacramento is happening this weekend, and I am pumped, okay? I was looking at my list earlier. I have over a dozen girls going, you guys. Real life, okay? So I am so, so, so excited. I cannot wait to see what World Tour will do. But I also have to evaluate, okay, how do we recreate this when we get back? How do we continue to have these moments where we share this magic that happens? And it's magic that you can't capture, but you can try to recreate it. And it can happen. But the key to unlocking that is communication. And it's stepping out and saying, you know what? Text messaging you is not good enough anymore. Hiding behind my Facebook, not good enough anymore. Let's get together. Let's be real. Let's talk about our business. Let's talk about how we're growing so we can continue to thrive, okay? So there is no shortage of things that you cannot do. There's no shortage of things that you can do to recreate what we talk about happens at World Tour and Scentsy Family Reunion. You only need 2 of you. It only takes 2 of you, and magic can happen. But are you going to be the one that says it, or are you just going to be the one that takes from it? Okay? Because anybody on this page can text some people tomorrow and say, hey, let's meet up. And you know what? Doesn't have to be your team. Doesn't have to be your downline. Doesn't have to be your frontline. It would be good if it was, because I think that needs to be encouraged as a leader. But if you don't have those things, or maybe they're not local or whatever, I don't care. If you text 2 people, 3 people tomorrow and say, hey, let's get together. Let's have some lunch. Let's talk about our business. Let's talk about what's working. Let's talk about this new season. And you guys get together, y'all, it will change. It will change so much in your life. But you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to set aside all other doubts, all other crazy things going on, and just give 100% to the real life people in front of you who desire to change their life the same way you want to, which is with Scentsy, right? It may not be that person's end goal game, but I promise you, you will find similarities along the way that help you to evolve as a person and yourself, but then also help them to change how they look at things. Perspective, right? We all have different perspectives. We look at the same thing and see it differently, and that's the beautiful thing about us. But we have to be able to be brave enough to create a space where we can share it. And so Scentsy is awesome. They create that for us every year, right? 2 times a year, World Tour and Scentsy Family Reunion. They say we're going to create a space where thousands or hundreds of consultants can get together and have magic be born just by being in the same room, y'all. And if you haven't been to a World Tour and this is your first one coming up, or if you plan on going to Scentsy Family Reunion, you will know what I'm talking about when I say you walk into a room full of Scentsy people and you feel the magic. That same thing happens at my local team meetings, okay? So I get that feeling. You will too. But are you willing to invest in the time that it takes to create it, okay? So that's what I have for you. Please, 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 please understand. World Tour That's okay, girl. World Tour, SFR, so important. Me and Alex both will encourage you until we are blue in the face to get your butt to one of those, okay? However, you can recreate that magic that happens at World Tour and Scentsy Family Reunion when you step outside your comfort zone, invite people to come with you, and you have an open heart, okay? And you get real about what's happening in your business, your dreams, your goals, and your plans, and you put action to it, okay? And that's where accountability partners are born. That's where best friends are born. Me and Alex create that all the time on our incentive trips together. Like, we sit down and we dedicate time to talk about our business and what we're doing moving forward, and how what we've done didn't work and how we've done really worked, and what we want to provide for you guys. And it's magic, okay? And so I'm using the word magic a lot because there's no other word to describe it, really. Like, it's just this unattainable or unmatchable type of like feeling. And some of you will get to experience that really soon. But for those of you who don't go, this is not, I'm not trying to condemn you, because I know everybody has a story. Everybody's got their reason, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not here to judge you about why you're not going, or why you couldn't go. That's not the purpose of this. In fact, I'm giving you an out. I'm telling you it's so okay, or it's okay that you're not going, but you got to get that magic somewhere, and it has to come from beyond a Facebook group. It has to come beyond a Facebook Messenger conversation, okay? You have to step out and you have to say, I'm ready to engage with the real life people who I lean on, who I want to aspire to be. I think that's so important. And so I'm just going to leave this with, I posted this the other day and it's so true. And I love this. And it's also why I really love Scentsy Family Reunion and World Tour, because you get to surround yourself with people who you look up to, right? And I have my 5 people in Scentsy who are like the people who I aspire to be like, right? Who I look at them and I say goals, right? And it says, if you are the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. Okay. So if you are not reaching out to those people who you want to be like, if you are not having conversations, if you are not meeting up with your teammates, if you're not meeting up with your director, your sponsor, whatever, because you're afraid, you're missing out on magic, like tangible magic. Okay. So that is where I'm going to leave that. But I just want to share that with you. It was on my heart. I want you guys to go out and experience this. I want you guys to be at World Tour. I want you guys to be at Scentsy Family Reunion. But for the other 363 days of the year, well, I guess Scentsy Family Reunion is longer than that. But for the other 360-ish days of the year, there needs to be other events that recreate that magic. And I am telling you, it is up to you. Like, it is your responsibility. It's all of our responsibilities, 100%, but it is your responsibility to create that magic, okay? And it's not funny business. I literally told you what you had to do. You have to get somebody else in the room with you, have an open mind, an open heart, and communicate about goals, about life, about this business, whatever comes to mind, really. But you have to be there and you have to be present in real life, in real color, living color, okay? So that's what I've got for you. I hope you all are having a fabulous Wednesday. And I can't wait to see some of you on Saturday. And I hope the rest of you have an amazing World Tour. Obviously, I'll be talking to you guys before then. But I'm so excited about World Tour, guys. So I hope you all are pumped too for those that are going. And I can't wait to chat with you all again later. Love y'all. Bye.